Welcome everybody to Tier 2 JKeSport Round 12 from Bahrain. Under the lights this evening as the season starts to wind to a close. 17 drivers out tonight getting set to take on the challenging track in the desert here in Bahrain. Just getting things set up for what should be an entertaining race. Bahrain, always an exciting track. Everybody getting set for their first runs. I believe we have the McLaren of Snooker will be the first one out. If you guys could let me know, make sure the audio is sounding good and everything, and we'll be set for tonight's broadcast. A few drivers getting set for the mediums, which is a viable strategy around here, with medium hard being the preferred strategy. So it is possible we'll see some drivers electing to qualify on those mediums, which is going to be a little bit tricky considering there's just the one set allotted. But a very challenging track tonight, so a lot can happen. Thanks for that confirmation, Spaceman. Good to hear we're good. So on the mediums, looks like we have Highways in the Red Bull, Asognaman in the Renault, Monkey Mafia in the Alfa Romeo, and Nitwit in the Racing Point making his Tier 2 debut. Few drivers getting their outlaps underway. Snooker will be the first one in the McLaren. We'll pull up the championship standings real quick for you. As it stands, Rockstar Devanker leads by 28 points ahead of Kraz J, who will not be racing tonight. Safkov is third place in the standings, 50 points behind. Then a big drop off to Johnny 5, who's in fourth with 105 points back, and Chris Money fifth, 116 points back. But as Snooker comes around to start his lap, we'll take a ride around a lap of the Bahrain International Circuit. It's a very long straight down in towards turn one of the better overtaking opportunities of the circuit. Hard braking zone down to second gear, maybe even first at the apex. And it's a very tricky traction zone going up the hill towards turn 4. Another DRS zone here. Also another chance to make an overtake. 100-meter board. Another heavy braking at the tight apex of turn 4. Heading in towards sector 2 now. Some of the fastest sections of the course. Left or right and then left, and then into the sharp braking zone of turn 8. Another low traction zone. There's a lot of those around this track. But into one of the most difficult corners on the circuit, turns 9 and turns 10. Very easy to lock up, very easy to miss the apex. Looks like Snooker does a good job here. Back into the final DRS zone of the track. Down to the back straight and into turn 11. Fourth gear through here. Quick on the throttle as quickly as possible. Very easy to spin off that curb, so very crucial to avoid it. It's a nice apex to turn 13 and down the final straight towards the final couple of corners. Looks to be a very clean lap from Snooker, so we'll see what kind of time he puts on the board. Very easy to invalidate here at the exit of the final turn, but it looks like he keeps it clean. Throws the DRS on with the throttle, and up to the line it's a 26.7 for Snooker, which will be the opening lap of the session. Looks like SC Smith on an out lap, getting set to start his lap. We'll go down to Villeneuve, making his Tier 2 debut, I believe, for Alfa Romeo. Looks like he's about to finish his first lap of the session. Coming around the final corner, we'll see what kind of time he can put on the board. And it's a 27.9, so that's top of the leaderboard for Villeneuve. Looks like K-Dog is coming up next to finish her lap on the softs for AlphaTauri. Quite a few drivers out on the mediums, but we'll see what kind of time K-Dog can put across the board here. Up to the line, it's a 28.5, good enough for second place. Looks like Monkey Mafia is next on the mediums with a 28.6. The Red Bull of Highways also on the mediums. And Nitwit in the Racing Point with a 28.8. Looks like McLaren of, I believe that's Sen Bossi, who goes top of the leaderboard with a 27.6. And Spaceman is next across the line after a flurry of drivers, and he goes 6th place with a 26.6. Next up is Johnny 5 in the Mercedes. And he goes top of the charts to 26.8, so a very competitive time for him. We know he's got some pace. Looks like SC Smith in the Haas will be the next driver to finish a lap. Around the final corner and up to the line. He goes second on the board, 26.9. So a few drivers breaking into the 26s already. I believe we have Steve Freeman who's on a flyer now into the final sector. Steve Freeman had taken a little bit of time off since his last race, but he's back in the Renault. And we'll see what his pace is like compared to the rest of the grid. Opens the DRS up to the line and goes 5th fastest with a 28.1. Trying to find the next driver. I believe most of these guys will be heading into the pits. But we've got Ray on the mediums. I think he's going to be setting a time here in a couple of seconds. Oh, and he's invalidated at the final corner. That's very unlucky. The good news for him is he'll be able to head back into the pits and get set up for another run. Looks like Nitwood is going back into the pits. Rockstar is about to start a lap. A little out along for a lap with our championship leader. Rockstar holding a solid lead in the championship, and with just 4 races left to go, he's sitting in a very good position. Oh, a little bit squirrely on the exit of turn 1 there, but he keeps it straight. Throttles it back towards the second straight of the lap. Hard braking zone there. Very easy to hit the curb and unsettle cars. You got to be careful through there. 28.2 through the first sector, so very solid time. You can see how he pushes the limits of that gearbox, making that car scream as it goes down into the braking zone of turn 8. A little bit of a different approach through turn 10, taking a little bit of a later apex, but still looks like you got a very good launch down the back straight in towards turn 11. Looks like we got a few drivers switching from the mediums to the softs, so realizing that the softs probably going to be the most competitive tire here through the second half of qualifying. Villeneuve has continued to truck on with that same set of softs, so we'll see how that works out for him. But we've got Rockstar around the final corner now to put up his first lap of the session. And looks like he's backed off, so perhaps going for another run. He still manages to go 7th fastest for that time. Maybe a little bit of strategy put in the works here. I think Asognan is next on the medium tires as well. Asognan's had some pretty good results this season, and he goes up 8th fastest on the mediums, so a very solid lap for him in the Renault. Kaz is on an out lap. I believe Villeneuve is still going, but he's not pushing this time around. One of the McLarens on an out lap as well. Is anybody on a flyer? I think we have Kaz on a flyer now into turn 1. Kaz in the far. He's another driver who's shown some good pace this season. He's looking for a good result tonight. Still yet to set a time in the session, but he's got plenty of time left to do it. Lovely short shift on the exit of turn 8. Is able to get the power down nice and quickly. Ooh, a little bit deep into the hairpin, but he keeps it on track. Seems to still be going on with this lap. We'll see if that affects his time. I believe that's Luke Riley, who's just gone 3rd in the Mercedes, so a good run for Silver Arrows so far. I think we have a Sogman maybe coming around to start another lap, or he's heading into the pits. So Kaz is the next driver to finish out of a lap. looks like he's going to back off as well. So, interesting strategy from the Ferrari. Puts in a 30.7, which puts him 15th place as K-Dog's around the final corner now. See what kind of time she can put up on those soft tires, and it's up into 6th place, 27.8. Snooker is going to be next across the line, but he's invalidated, so that's unfortunate for him. 10 Bosses, 7/10 up, so this could be challenging for pole position for the McLaren driver. He's up the line, and he does go top of the charts, just barely, but just enough. Monkey Mafia starting a lap. I believe that is Ray now on the soft tire coming through the final couple of corners. A little bit of a lock up there, but still takes it well. Up to the line, he goes 6th place with a 27.6, so a very solid lap time. S.D. Smith currently sitting in 3rd place. Just a 1/10 improvement. We'll see him onto the front row of the grid. It's going to be tight, but he does manage to go top of the board to the 26.7. So a good time for him there. And looks like everybody's just heading back into the pits, getting set for their final runs. Nitwit will be on his outlap, I believe, and we're right on board with Monkey Mafia. Halfway through, another flyer, 6/10 up to the 1st sector. Down the final straight of the lap. You know Monkey Mafia has had some good results this season. We'll be looking to move up from 12th on the leaderboard. Through the final corner now. Opens the DRS and goes 2nd on the grid, just 6/1000ths of a second off the pole position. So a very competitive lap there for him. He'll be quite pleased with that, I'd imagine. Safkov has decided to go out for another run on the mediums, as well as Kaz, who's fitted the medium tire. Villanueva as well, so lots of strategy coming into play. We'll ride along with Nitwit, who looks to have a good 1st sector. Looking to improve on that 28.8 he set earlier in the session. Winding down to just 5 minutes remaining. Hits the nice apex at turn 11. Up through the tricky turn 12. Very easy to get wrong. Looks like he takes it well though. Powering in towards the final couple corners. This looks to be a pretty solid lap. We'll see where it places him on the grid. Very close to the grass, but he's up into 5th place with a 26.9. I'll be very happy with that lap. Oh, Villanueva runs very wide, and Highways goes to the top of the charts. So another impressive lap there. Well, we've got quite the tight battle at the front of the grid, just 3/10 separating 1st from 5th. Let's see, Freeman has abandoned his lap and is getting set for another run. Sogman is validated. Safkov on the medium tires. We know he's got some pace as well, but we'll see if he can crack the top 10 with those mediums. Starting on the mediums would definitely be quite the strategic advantage for the Haas driver. Lovely entry to turn 12, and he catches the curb. And that shows just exactly what that can do. So I believe that's Villanueva, who's also on the mediums. He's 10 seconds up on this lap, so probably not pushing. See, Kaz is on an out lap. We've got Spaceman in the Red Bull. Looks to be on his hot lap as well. Just keeps it in the track limits through turn 11. Takes the apex to turn 12 and another late apex into turn 13. Might be able to get a little bit of a tow here from his teammate, but I think he's going to be a bit too far behind. Into the final quarter now. We'll see if he can improve on the 28.6 he set earlier in the session. And he does improve, but still stuck in 14th place. Luke Riley is next to cross the line. I believe he's just starting the lap. As I believe K-Dog is just starting another lap as well. Johnny 5 through the final corner. Everybody getting their final runs of the session in. Talking them on the softs. What is up, Sparks? See you in the chat. It's going to be a good race here tonight. Here's Sognum around the final corner. And he's up into 8th place with 27.2. And I believe that's S.C. Smith starting far behind him. S.C. Smith is going to want to pick up that 2/10 to challenge for pole position. Villeneuve is once again up on his time. So he might be setting up for another run, but he's going to be going into the pit, so that's going to be his session over. Kaz making a run on the mediums, so he's looking to start on that alternate strategy. We'll see if he can make it a solid lap on him. And he's up into 15th place. So Spaceman's on his in lap. Luke Riley around the final couple of corners. I believe this is his second lap on those tires, so that might have an impact as he goes to the top of the board. Luke Riley takes pole position. Here's K-Dog across the line next. Improves on the time, but still only 11th place. I think next is going to be Johnny 5 in the Mercedes. But he's not pushing on this lap, so he shouldn't. I'm not sure if it will be a threat for the top of the charts, but we've got S.C. Smith. Showing pace already. Let's see if he can find even more time. Nearly invalidates. Might have lost a little bit of time running over that curb there. Up to the line, and it's not an improvement. Safkov just about getting set to start his final lap. Sognum is into the pits. Nitwit on an out lap, and I believe we have Kaz will be the next driver. Again on those medium tires, but just ever so slightly up on his last time. Medium hard definitely is the strategy. If you're forced to start on the softs, you can definitely make soft hard work, but it'll be a little bit tricky. As we see qualifying session starting to come to an end. Kaz barrels up the line, backs off going into the pits, so that'll be his session. Luke Riley provisional pole at the moment. Don't believe he is pushing. Johnny 5 is the 10th up on his time. Even just 1/10 could see him up into 3rd place on the grid. We know he's got some pace. We'll see what kind of time he can put up. Across the final corner now and up to the line. And he does go P3. Just barely, but it counts. See Freeman across the line. Improves, but it's not enough. Ray is up into 9th place. I believe Monkey Mafia is going to be next. There's 2/10 up to the first 2 sectors. Can he make a challenge? And he does go pole. A 28.4 for Monkey Mafia. Sees him onto the pole position, and I think that's going to be it for this session. So Monkey Mafia with a 26.4. A brilliant lap time. And the Alfa Romeo crew will definitely be giving him some extra bananas for that lap. On the front row at the grid alongside the Mercedes of Luke Riley. So quite an interesting grid here. We have Villeneuve starting in 10th place on the medium tires, so that is something that will give him an advantage, but should be an interesting race for tonight. Just taking a second to take a breath here at the end of that qualifying session. Quite a lot of action, but we'll give one last run through the grid order. Monkey Mafia starts on pole with a 26.4. Luke Riley starting second, just a tenth off of Monkey Mafia. Highways starting third. Johnny 5 will start fourth in the other Mercedes, so a strong showing for them today. SC Smith starts fifth in the Haas. Sen Bossy will start sixth in his debut. Nitwit will start seventh. S. Hognam eighth. Ray will start ninth. Villanueva will start 10th, and he will be starting on the softs, it appears. Don't think he set his best lap on the medium, so he will still have to start on those soft tires, and I believe he did quite a few laps on them. K-Dog will start 11th. C. Freeman will start 12th. Rockstar 13th. Spaceman will start 14th. Kaz 15th. Snooker will start 16th, and Safkov will start 17th after not getting a time in on this qualifying session, but he'll be looking to make up some places at the back of the grid. Sparks, I was just doing some time trial before this, and my personal best was only a 25.5, so 25.1 I think will be a pretty decent competitive time, but you never know. A lot could happen around Bahrain. Just taking a couple seconds here to get everything sorted. I believe we've got 29 laps tonight. Very decent probability of seeing a safety car. Don't think we'll see any weather being a factor tonight. But still, a lot can happen. Looks like we're getting set for the formation lap. Just getting a second to see what kind of tires everybody is on. Looks like everybody outside the top 10 electing for either the mediums or the hards. You have Kaz and Snooker starting on the hards. Everybody else outside the top 10 on the medium tires. So quite a few different ways this strategy can go. So we'll have to wait and see how they play it. And you never know with the safety car. Field coming into sector 3 now. It's quite a long run down into turn 1, and it's a very tight braking zone with a tight apex, so these drivers are going to have to be very careful through the first couple of corners. Monkey Mafia will lead them down towards the first couple of apexes. It's going to be critical to get a good launch off the start. Those Mercedes will be flying high behind them, as well as Highways starting from third on the grid. Slipstream is quite powerful around here. So still a lot up in the air. It's getting set on the grid now. Safkov starting on the medium tires from the back of the window. He'll be able to try to make a charge up through the field. Trying to get an eye on the lights. Here we go. One light, two lights, three lights, four lights, and 5 lights. We're off here in Bahrain. It's a great start from Johnny 5. Looks like Monkey Mafia got Got a good run, got a good jump off the start. Looks like that's Luke Riley who's not got the best of starts. Highways around the outside. Is that... Oh no, is that Spaceman that's just went straight on in the first couple of corners? And it is. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Had to have been a issue of some sort, but everybody else seems to be okay. I don't think anybody picked up any damage from that. The timing's going crazy. Highways is taking the lead away from Monkey Mafia in the Red Bull. So those first two getting a very good launch. Highways up from third on the grid. It's gone a little bit deep here. Monkey Mafia is going to try to get it back, but I think Highways is going to hold off. Luke Riley has dropped down to 7th after starting 2nd on the grid. And Nitwit is right there as the field pounds into turn 10. Rockstar's going to the inside of C. Freeman. I think someone was going a little bit wide back there, but everybody seems to be okay. S.C. Smith has closed up onto the back of Johnny. This battle for third position at the moment. S.C. Smith a little bit shaky through there, but he's just held it. He's got Sen Boston just behind him for company. A lot of action going through the first lap here, but everybody seems to be okay. Ooh, a little bit of contact. And they're still making contact. I think Bossy's lost his front wing, which he hasn't noticed. Ray going to the inside. Quite a move to the inside, and I think he's going to make it stick. He has. Trying to break the slipstream. There goes Bossy up the inside. A little bit of a dive on, but I think he's going to make it stick. Side by side with Ray. Oh, and there goes Ray around. Oh, he's into the wall. He's managed to not DNF, but that is not going to be good for him. He's surely going to have damage from that. But he's very lucky to get away with that one without DNFing. But Highways is out in front. I agree, Sparks. That was a little bit of a dive bomb. He managed to make it stick. I don't think there was any contact, but it was definitely a little bit of a risky move. But everyone seems to be okay. Highway's looking very strong. He's got 7/10 of a second ahead of Monkey Mafia, and these two stretching their legs a little bit, putting a little bit of a gap ahead of Johnny 5 and S.C. Smith behind them. Starting on those soft tires though, so they could make this into a 2-stop race or push it for a 1-stop, so still a lot that can happen. Drop back into the midfield. A little bit of a hornet's nest here. Looks like these guys all hanging out behind C. Freeman looking to get through. Just a little bit of a DRS train starting to form. Rockstar and Nitwit going at it here for 7th place. Nitwit got a great exit off the corner there. As well as Luke Riley looking to the outside to send Bossy into turn 1. Bossy's still with that missing that left end plate. So he's going to be struggling, especially through the high-speed section, middle sector. Looks like Luke Riley's missing an end plate as well, and Nitwit's going to be looking to get by. DRS has been enabled. Oh, and there goes Rockstar up the inside. What a move, and Nitwit had to go wide to avoid making any contact, but well done by these drivers to avoid any collisions. Rockstar is back up into 6th place on the medium tires as well. Quite a move there, and Safkov, he's made his way up to 10th place after starting from the back of the grid, and he's looking for more. Oh, a little bit of contact with C. Freeman, and he's lost his left end plate. So that is unfortunate. C. Freeman has gone around as well. And now Asogny was into the back of Safkov as they're both on the back of Villeneuve. A little bit of chaos. And C. Freeman is still looking to get it restarted through the middle sector. Side by side, Kaz with a little bit of a dive bomb on those hard tires. It's going to be tough to make that move stick. K-Dog is back up into 12th place. Villeneuve has caught Luke Riley, who's struggling with that end plate damage. And Villeneuve will shoot past down the back straight. Asogny is going to get past Safkov as well, so maybe not. Looks like Safkov's going to hold on to 10th place for now, but a little bit of a bottleneck. Everybody, oh, Luke's going to try to get into the pits. That was very nearly a little bit bad. This Rockstar is looking to the outside of Bossy now. He's going to go for the switchback move. He's going to get DRS down the straight. He should have this move done, but Bossy's defending to the inside. I think Rockstar's going to make it stick around the outside, though. Yep, Bossy tried to defend the inside and just ran himself out of room. So an impressive move from Rockstar up into 5th place. Still quite a battle throughout the midfield, though. Going to take a second to breathe here on lap 4. Everybody from 5th place on back is just within DRS range of each other, looking to make that move. Rockstar is starting to close the gap on SC Smith for 4th. And Kaz is missing an end plate damage as well, so quite a few drivers here already picking up damage, and I guess we'll see some of them try to stick it out to the first pit stop, but for Kaz, he started on those hard tires, so he's going to have quite a long way to go if he doesn't want to make an extra pit stop. But looks like SC Smith and Rockstar have both closed onto the back of Johnny. Johnny taking a very defensive line into the final corner, and SC Smith will be up into the podium places. Johnny's going to get DRS down this. Oh, no, he's not. They've got Rockstar coming up behind them as well. But these guys still about 5 seconds off of those top two. Is Villanueva ahead of Sen Bossy. Bossy looks back to the inside, and Villanueva runs a bit wide, and McLaren will get 7th place back. Safkov's still fighting even with that end plate damage. And he's going to look to the inside of Villanueva as Snooker has gone around at turn 1. Safkov, oh, a little bit of contact with Villanueva. Villanueva went for the switchback. And he manages to hold on to 8th. A little bit of argy-bargy through there, but seems to be okay. Sogner is still trying to find his way past. He can't get through on with this hornet's nest that's going on in front of him. And he's on the soft, so he's going to be pushing as hard as he can. Looks like he got a pretty good run through there, but Safkov got a great launch onto the straight. Villanueva not close enough to the back of McLaren. And these 4 drivers are just riding along in a train at the moment. Near the back end of the top 10. Ray has made his way past Spaceman, who's working on those mediums. And I wonder if he picked up any damage from that lap 1 incident, but it doesn't seem like it. So he'll be getting his race reset and back going as Rockstar has made his way past Johnny. Is up into 4th place. But he didn't get DRS, and Johnny's going to go flying past on those softs. So still got some juice left in those softs as we've got Bossy and Safkov into the pits. So they've decided they've had enough of that end plate damage. Oh, Johnny a little bit loose through there, and here comes Rockstar back up the inside. Bossy onto the medium tires, so that's likely going to be a 2-stop. The same for Safkov as he goes to the softs. So we can already see the strategy starting to come into play very early on in this race. Sognum is up to 8th, and he's still chasing behind Villanueva, but he's got Bossy and Safkov out of the way now, so he might be able to have an easier time with this. And they're dragging K-Dog and Kaz along behind them, both on alternate strategies, however. Monkey Mafia is close to within DRS range of Highways up front. And Bossy is out of the session. And looks like there might be an on-track retirement, which is not going to be good in his debut. Luke Riley's gone onto the hard tire, so he's probably going to be looking to take those to the end, which might be a little bit of a stretch, but you got Monkey Mafia on the back of Highways here, down the pit straight. I think he's going to be just a little bit too far back. As SC Smith is into the pits off the softs. Highways runs a little bit deep. Johnny 5 is in as well. Villanueva is in. Picks up a speeding penalty. It looks like medium tires going on for Johnny. Another set of softs going on for SC Smith. I don't think we'll see any of these guys trying to take these sets to the end. But we could see someone extend this first stint and try to make this a one-stop race. Maybe even to the mediums. K-Dog and Sognin battling out for 5th place at the moment. Kaz is still hanging around. He looks like he's trying to gut it out on those hards, even with that end plate damage, but probably going to be hindering his pace. Monkey is still within DRS range, but he can't quite get close enough to make a move. Doesn't necessarily need to. Highways is carrying that 3-second penalty, but he's going to want every advantage he can get. Rockstar's made his way up into third on the alternate strategy, so he'll be in play towards the end of this race as well. SC Smith is making a move past Snooker down the DRS straight. And on those fresh softs, he's up into 10th place. So a good showing from the Haas driver. And Highways is into the pit. So we're within range where the hards can go to the end. Sogman looks like he's going to the pits. Nope. Taking a very defensive line, trying to break the slipstream. Looking to be side by side into the first turn. They're going to go wheel to wheel. And looks like they're going to keep staying wheel to wheel. A little bit of contact still, but it's going to be a drag race down towards turn 4. Sogman will get the DRS. But I think K-Log's going to hold on to that position and up into 4th place. So a very tense movement there, but a nice clean racing from both drivers. Highways has come out in 9th place behind his teammate Spaceman here, so we might see some team wars. Yeah, you already see Spaceman doing a nice move for the team, getting out of the way of Highways, who's contending for the lead. Good showing from the Red Bull drivers there. Highways, he's got clear track ahead of him now, so he'll be trying to undercut Monkey Mafia, who should be into the pits shortly. And SC Smith is closing up to the back of this battle as well. As well as Johnny 5 out on the mediums behind C. Freeman in the Renault. Looks like he's going to get... Ooh, C. Freeman a little bit squirrely on exit. Is Johnny going to have enough horsepower to make it by? Oh, it looks like Ray's going around at turn 12. That's a tricky spot. I think he's going to get it sorted, though. Not sure if he picked up any damage from that. Yep, looks like he is missing that left end plate, but it's coming towards the end of his stint anyway, so we should see him in shortly. Monkey Mafia is in for mediums. We'll have to see where he comes out relative to Highways. Looks like Highways... Oh, it's going to be close, but Highways is going to make the undercut work and retake the net lead of this race. So Rockstar will take the actual lead of this race, followed by K-Dog, but those two drivers started on the medium tires, so strategies will be a huge factor here. Johnny has started to close up to the back of Snooker in the McLaren, who started on that... I believe he started on that set of hards, so... A lot going on. We've got a battle for second. K-Dog, Sogman, and Cass, who's doing a very nice job in that Ferrari, considering the end plate damage he picked up quite early on. Sogman, those softs are going to be towards the end of their life here. We'll have to see how far he decides to stretch it. You could see he had to lift significantly there if he turned 12. Struggling to get the traction down on exit. You can see the mediums are looking to be a little bit better now. See Freeman and Nitwood going at it. Nitwood with a nice move around the outside in a very tricky spot. Picks up a penalty with it, but gets the move done. And here comes Johnny to the inside of Snooker. Decides to back out of it. That's a good move, especially with the two DRS zones coming up. And he does get the DRS. Safkov made his way past C. Freeman as well. Sogman has just lost the position to Kaz, so Kaz is up into 3rd place. Very nice drive for him so far. Those softs are definitely past their prime. Safkov making another move up into 11th place, trying to fight back. And those softs is going to get DRS as well. Back to the front, this three-way battle is very entertaining. We're going to have the net leaders with Highways and Monkey Mafia coming up on this group shortly. So this is going to prove interesting and play right into the hands of Rockstar. These two drivers are going to have to make sure they don't get held up at all. Okay, yellow flag, and that looks like Ray again. Coming out of turn 3 on the fresh set of hards. Those cold tires will really get you. You can just see the pace advantage that Highways has here over Esognim, and he's going to make the move into turn 13, and he's up into 4th place. Monkey Mafia crucially still down in 6th, but he is on the medium tire, so he will likely be onto the softs at the end of this race, which will give him an advantage over Highways. Esognim is into the pits finally. We'll have to see what tires he goes on, because he has some options from here. So here comes Highways to the inside of Cass. Just not quite enough room. Esognim does go to the hard, so looking to make that one-stop strategy work. We'll have to see where he comes out. Looks to be towards the back of the grid. But here's Highways. He's going to lose quite a bit of time through this middle sector. You can just see the pace advantage he has, but he's got nowhere to go. And this is a very tight section of the track, very tricky to make a move, but he's going to try it around the outside into turn 9. Has to back out, and we've got an incident, and that's C. Freeman who's gone off course. Looks to be okay, though I don't think he's got any damage. And Highways is still struggling to find his way past Kaz. Is he going to send it up the inside? He is. And he finally gets the move done, so Highways back up into 3rd. He lost a little bit of time to Monkey Mafia in that process, but now he's just got to get past K-Dog, and then he's got clear space ahead of him. Rockstar has extended his lead to 15 seconds at the front of the grid. He is going on that one-stop strategy, though, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes up when he makes the pit stop. Highways is not going to be close enough, I don't think, into turn 1. And he's going to look to set up a move into turn 4. Compromise his entry angle a little bit there, and that might slow him down just enough. But he might have a shot to the inside. Oh, and he goes for it. It runs quite deep. I'm not sure if he can make it stick. They're going to go side by side, and K-Dog lets him through. Smart move there as they're on the separate strategies, but Highways, a very nice move on the inside. Somehow made it stick. I'm not sure how, but he's crucially now got 2 drivers in between himself and Monkey Mafia, who's net P2 in this race. Monkey's going to want to get through as quickly as possible. Sitting in 5th place at the moment. Johnny 5 is past Spaceman, who still start on those original medium tires, so doing well up in 8th place at this stage of the race. He's got Safkov behind him, who's had his share of struggles tonight. Monkey Mafia does make his way past Kaz and is up into 4th. Safkov's got a good run here. Is he going to go for it into the final corner? Looks like he is. And I think he's going to get the move done. And he's up into 8th place. So a strong comeback drive from Safkov. I think he's going to be able to hold on to that position. Villeneuve and Snooker are side by side. But Villeneuve on those softs. Quite the grip advantage, and he's up into 11th position. Monkey and Kaz still hanging on to K-Dog, trying to get by as quickly as can, as Highways has made up some mid-roads on Rockstar. Monkey knocking the much fresher mediums, but not going to be close enough this time around. Highways is only just a 1.5 seconds off the road. So Monkey Mafia is still definitely within range. And Nitwit is up to the back of Spaceman as well. Keep an eye on that battle. Ricky Marquez should have this move done shortly. And he looks to the inside of the final corner. He's going to get the DRS as well. Looks like K-Dog's going to go into the pits. So we'll go back to Nitwit and Spaceman going on to the final corner now. Spaceman we might see him go into the pits. Yep, there he goes. So this medium line are starting to make their first stop to the race. K-Dog has gone onto another set of mediums. So committing to a two-stop strategy. We'll have to see what Spaceman does. He goes onto the hard, so another interesting mix of strategies. As SC Smith is on the back of Kaz, who's still on those original set of hards. And see, Freeman is retired in the pits, down to 14 runners in this race. Things starting to settle down a little bit, but we've still got a lot of different strategies that are going to be coming together towards the end, latter half of this race. So everything on still to be decided as Rockstar is coming to the pits, presumably for a set of hard tires, and he's gone for softs. So this is another shakeup. We'll have to see where he comes out in relation to the rest of the leaders. And he's going to come out behind Kaz and S.C. Smith, crucially. Puts himself into a nice gap in 5th place, however. But he's likely going to have to make another pit stop. As Safkov is once again into the pits. So most of these drivers are actually committing to a two-stop strategy, which it's tough to tell which is the preferred around here. Looks like Snooker is hanging on to 10th place. Still out on that original set of hards, just a little bit behind K-Dog, who's up into 9th place on the fresh mediums. We're starting to see some gaps forming. Sognum and Luke Riley, they both showed decent pace in qualifying. Had some struggles in the race, but starting to make a little bit of a train here towards the latter half of the midfield. Luke Riley on the much older hards. We'll have to see if he can take those to the end, which he's got a few different ways this can go as Rockstar has moved his way up into 4th. Still another stop to make for most of this grid. So things are far from decided. These two drivers are both on the back of Snooker. Luke Riley's going to look to the inside. Oh, I thought they were going to go 3 wide through there, but Luke Riley's going to try to make it stick, and he does. Snooker's forced to cut the corner a little bit, and the Sognum is left behind. He's got the DRS though. Can he make a move into turn 4? He's going to go up the inside. That's going to be tight, and he's going to have to back out of that one. So nice defensive driving from Snooker, who holds on to 11th place. Let's get back to the front of the grid. Rockstar is closing up to the back of SC Smith, showing the pace on those fresh softs. He's still going to have one more stop to make, as well as SC Smith, who will likely be on the set of mediums, I would assume. And just look at the difference in grip through turn 13 there. I think this is going to be a done and dusted move even before they get into turn 1. Looks like SC Smith is heading into the pits anyway. So that frees up Rockstar to once again chase after the top 2 drivers. 3.8 seconds is the gap. Let's go back down towards the midfield. Kaz is finally into the pits, off those hard tires. Likely for a wing change as well. Kaz and S.C. Smith both onto the mediums. I think we'll see Snooker into the pits here as well. So Sogman is up into 11th place. And just look at the pace Rockstar has. He's purple in the first sector, and he's made up 1 second already on the drivers in front. Still, a lot of different ways the strategy could go, though. Not quite within DRS range, but he's pushing to get within that 1 second gap. I think he'll be fighting with these top two very shortly. Should be on for the fastest lap of the race this time. These top three have really put quite a bit of distance between them and the next driver. Johnny sitting in 4th place. It looks like Highways is into the pits. Rockstar does indeed set the fastest lap of the race, but that releases Monkey Mafia to the front. I'm pretty sure he's going to need to make another stop, but I know he can take this mediums quite far around here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to stretch these to the end. Highways comes out, looks like he's gonna come out in 5th place, and in a little bit of clear air, so that'll be good for his race. He's gonna want to see these two drivers fighting it out through the middle sector, which looks like they will be. We've got Sugden and Luke Riley still scrapping it out for 8th place at the moment. Both on the hard tires. And they've both got quite a few laps on them. Get back up at the front of the grid. Rockstar's looking to the inside of Monkey Mafia at turn 11. And he's going to have that move done through the braking zone. Those fresh softs just have quite a bit more grip than the old mediums. And now he's got to clear as much of a gap as possible before he makes his final stop of the day. Monkey Mafia is going to still be within the DRS range, so that'll help him out a little bit. But I think Rockstar will clear that 1 second gap within the next lap, and he's already gotten it, so. They've got FC Smith driving with K-Log for 6th place. Oh, he's clipped the curb! Is he going to hang on to it? Looks like he is. Luke Riley's going to go through him. Safkov is coming through, and he's cleared him. No damage, luckily, for SC Smith, but he's going to have some warm tires. And he's got a cast on the fresh mediums just behind. So that tricky turn 12 catches out another driver today. Kaz might have this move done as the Sergeant finally gets past Luke Riley. There goes Kaz to the inside in the Ferrari for 10th place. He's going to easily have the braking done. And he's got the position. SC Smith might be able to fight it back into turn 4, however. And he's going to go for it up the inside. Kaz leaves just enough room. Very nice driving between these two. So it's been quite an entertaining race so far, and we are still far from done. Monkey Mafia has maintained just a 1.5 second gap, so not close enough for DRS, but he's keeping Rockstar honest. And we know Rockstar still has to make at least one more stop in this race. Now with just 10 laps to go. Highways has dropped quite a bit off, having just put on that fresh set of mediums, but we'll have to see how Monkey Mafia's pace and position compares to him. Nitwit is into the pits. I'm guessing he'll go onto a fresh set of softs before the end of this race. And we've got a yellow flag That's Villanueva's going around at turn 12. He's not got any damage though, so that'll be good. Nitwit has indeed gone to the softs. And we've still got this battle brewing between Asognan and Luke Riley for what is now 6th place. We might see Luke Riley try to stretch this to the end, which would be a pretty admirable accomplishment for him. But you can tell, even though they're both on the hards, Asognan does have the grip advantage. And at a place like Bahrain, especially in that middle sector, it's proven very crucial. Rockstar is starting to stretch the gap out a little bit. 2.6 seconds is the interval. But it'll just be a matter of laps until the soft starts to die off. Now we've got Safkov running in 8th. He's had a very good day considering the circumstance. Starting from the back of the grid and then having that picking up that damage at the start of the race. He's running in 8th and he should be going to the end. Johnny Five's into the pits for his final stop of the day. Looks like he's gonna rejoin just behind this battle. Safkov is going to the inside and I think he's gonna have the position. And he is indeed up into 6th place. Johnny Five is coming out just ahead of Nitwit. Up into 10th place, a little bit tentative into turn 1 there. Nitwit's going to be trying to find his way through into turn 4. Not sure if he's going to be able to. It looks like he will. Johnny Five with some nice defense going around the outside and is able to hold on. Battling for 10th position on track at the moment. Still with a lot of strategy plays to be made up ahead. And Safkov is now pressuring Asognan for 5th. Within that DRS range. And he's got the tire advantage as well. Monkey Mafia is in. So this is a crucial stage in the race. Should be onto a set of softs. We'll have to see where it drops him. Looks like it's going to be behind the Red Bull of Highways. Oh, it's a little bit slow, but it looks to be a good stop. There goes Highways now. So Monkey Mafia is going to have quite a bit of time to make up. He is penalty free, however, so that will play into his hands. And Safkov is going to get past Asognan up into 5th now. So a very solid race for the Haas driver. As there goes Kaz to the inside of Luke Riley. And he's going to make that stick. Squeeze it out. Luke Riley on the outside, cut there on the exit. So Kaz is up into 7th. And he's just a little bit off the DRS range of the Asognan. So now looking towards the front of the grid. We've got Monkey Mafia in 3rd place, penalty free. He's got to make up 5 seconds to Highways, which is really going to be 2 with the penalty. But these drivers are about 20 seconds off from Rockstar, which is going to be close with Rockstar. I think having to make that one last pit stop, it'll be close to see where he comes out. We've got quite a scrap in the midfield, it seems. From Luke Riley all the way back to Nitwit in 11th. No one's going to be close enough to make a move, though, as Rockstar is in the pits for a fresh set of stops. SC Smith looking for a way through, but I don't think he's going to find it. From the outside, but there's just no room. Let's see where Rockstar is going to come out. There goes Highways into the new lead of the race. And here comes Monkey Mafia, who will come up behind Rockstar crucially. K-Dog gets into the pits as well, probably for a set of softs. But here we go. This looks to be the battle for the race win. Monkey Mafia and Rockstar on equal softs. They're both probably going to end up within that 3 seconds of Highways, so this is the battle we want to watch. go back to the midfield scrap. Nitwit has made his way past SC Smith, and Johnny 5 all the way up into 7th. So Johnny 5 has made his way past all that. Missed that action. Apologies for that, but still very tight racing throughout the midfield. Ooh, SC Smith runs a little bit deep there. Nitwit thought about a dive on the inside of turn 10, but that was never going to work. Let's get back to the front of the grid. So Highways looks like he's going to lose both of these positions at the moment. Nitwit is past Luke Riley and up into 8th. Monkey Mafia within the DRS range. Will he be able to make it past Rockstar? Safkov up in the 4th. A very nice race for him. He should be able to hang on to some decent points. Rockstar breaking the slipstream, and he's going to maintain 2nd place into turn 1. Johnny 5 has passed the Sogman and up into 6th place in the fresh off, so it'll be a good result for him. And Luke Riley struggling on the old hards. Just going to be a grind for him to get to the end, and SC Smith has made his way past. Let's get back to the 3-way battle for the win. Monkey Mafia's got to be careful not to let those hot 2 get out of DRS range through the detection point. Oh, it's going to be close, but I don't think he's going to get it. No, he's just outside, so this is going to be critical. If Rockstar can find his way through here, this could be the decisive move. But Highways gets a great exit out of turn 10. Mafia did not get DRS, but he's still within 6 tenths. Nitwit's looking to get past the Sergeant, but we'll stick with this battle for now. Go back to the midfield real quick. Nitwit is up into 7th, making his way past the Sergeant. Johnny 5 has pulled a little bit of a gap in 6th, and he's going to be closing up to the back of Kaz, looking for 5th place. But let's get back to the front of the grid. Rockstar needs to get past Highways, because at the moment all it's doing is keeping Monkey Mafia in play. And Monkey Mafia's got a great run down the front straight, but I don't think he's going to have enough. 3 drivers under the blanket. Who's going to come out on top? This is great stuff we're watching here from Tier 2. Rockstar's got to make the move now. Shirley looks to the outside. Sends it deep. Monkey Mafia's going to try to follow him through. But Highways is going to stick in the middle. So this is exactly what Rockstar wants to see. And I think Rockstar has just made the decisive move. It was a bold move around the outside into turn 4, but he made it work. And now Monkey Mafia is going to need to get past Highways as quickly as possible, but I don't think he's going to be close enough here. Luke Riley's had enough of the hards. I'm wondering if they were starting to puncture on him. He's having a tough time, but Monkey Mafia is right on the edge of DRS. Rockstar is starting to get away. Keeping an eye, Johnny has made his way past Kaz for 5th place, and I think he's going to hang on to it. And he's going to look to run down Safkov for 4th. He's got those penalties, so he might not be able to keep that, but still a solid run for both of those drivers. Monkey Mafia is still within range. Rockstar has not been able to pull away too much, but Monkey's got to get past Highways here, and I think he's going to get it. To the inside he goes in towards turn 1, and he is well past. So now we've got an on-track battle for the win. Rockstar versus Monkey Mafia, 2 drivers we know have pace. Both on equal footing with the tires and with the penalties, so just a straight shootout to the finish. Highways sitting in a comfortable 3rd. Kaz is still hanging on to Johnny, but I don't think he's going to be able to get back ahead of him. We'll stick with the top 2. Take a brief look at penalties. So quite a lot of adjustment through the middle of the field. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. It looks like Sognum is going to benefit the most from that. Back to this battle, Monkey Mafia ever just in DRS range, which is crucial. These drivers are also going to have to worry about keeping it clean throughout the final 4 laps. You don't want to be picked up any penalties now. Rockstar gets a good exit. Monkey Mafia's going to have to stick within the second here, and I think he's got it. Using just enough of the battery to close within that 1 second. Don't think he's going to be able to get the move here, but he's going to be able to set himself up well. Just 3 laps to go now in Bahrain. What a battle we have for the finish here. Rockstar holds on for now, but Monkey is right there. He's looking to set himself for a good run towards turn 4. He got a decent one, but I don't think it's going to be enough this time. But he is there. Rockstar, the points leader, is definitely going to be feeling the pressure. Through the middle sector now. Very difficult, very technical. Very easy to make a mistake. Both drivers looking clean through it for now. Luke Riley's up into 11th. Fastest lap of the race, so that'll be an extra point for him. Monkey's got a good exit here. This is the closest he's been. But it's still not going to be enough. But he is right there. Quite a scrap going on in the midfield, but we've got a Hamilton versus Verstappen-esque duel here for the win. It could go either way, and Monkey Mafia is within 7/10 at the moment. Through the final corner now into the DRS straight. Longest DRS shot on the track, but Rockstar gets a good exit. 2 laps to go now. Is he going to send it? I think he's going to be a little bit too far back and thinks better of it. Smart move there. He's got to be patient, but he also can't wait too long to make his move. Rockstar gets another good exit out of turn 2. And he will hold on to set for the lead for now. What a fantastic race it has been, and capped off with a great battle between 2 of the top drivers in this tier. And what a drive it's been for Highways as well. He's locked himself into a solid P3 at the moment. Is not close enough this time around once again. And he's going to have probably 4 more chances at it. At the end of each DRS straight and into the final corner. Through turn 13. He's got to keep it within that 1 second, and I think he's going to. He's got to be closer if he wants to think about a move. Another good exit from Rockstar. SC Smith up into 8th place. On track. But Rockstar's opening up the gap a little bit. He takes a little bit of a curb there. But he's still within the DRS range. Long lap here at Bahrain. Still a long way to go. The Rockstar's pulled out to 1.5 seconds. Purple first sector just when he needed it most. Started on the medium tires. It's been a near perfect race for him. He's got half a lap to go. If he does manage to pick up a penalty, that would see the race go into Monkey Mafia, but he's up to 2 seconds now with the advantage. And you have to wonder if Monkey Mafia has burned through his tires trying to make a move. Through the final sector now, into turn 13. He's got 1 more corner to go. It's been a fantastic drive all day long. And now through the final corner for the last time. Rockstar Duvanker has mastered the strategy, mastered the driving, and takes home the victory here in Bahrain. What a fantastic drive, setting the fastest lap to boot. Monkey Mafia comes home second. Highways will round out the podium in 3rd. Safkov is going to hang on to 4th. Kaz is going to make a look to the outside of Johnny. I don't think he only touches him a little bit through the final corner, but Johnny's going to hang on to 5th as it stands. Safkov crosses 4th. I think SC Smith might be able to jump them. No. Nitwick goes all the way up into 5th. I saw him up into 5th. K-Dog next across the line. She goes to 9th. Luke Riley around the final corner now. Nice recovery from him to scrape up 11th. I think he's got... Oh, Villanueva goes around at the final corner. And that's going to cost him 11th place on track because of that 5-second penalty to Luke Riley, but still a strong finish to the race from Villanueva. And he crosses the line in 12th. Snooker crosses 13th to round out the grid. What a race. What a show from Tier 2 tonight, and Rockstar puts on a clinic. So Rockstar extends his lead. Extends his lead at the top of the table with another solid showing tonight. We'll take one last look at the final finishing order from Bahrain. Rockstar Devanker wins this race, gets the fastest lap at the end of the race from 13th on the grid. Monkey Mafia comes home second, a solid run for him. Highways finishes out the podium in 3rd. Safkov from last up to 4th at the end of this race. Nitwit will finish 5th. Johnny 5 brings it home in 6th, a solid run for him. Asognium 7th. Kaz finishes 8th. K-Dog finishes 9th. SC Smith comes home 10th. Luke Riley 11th. Villanueva 12th. Snooker finishes 13th, the last of the running cars. Then Spaceman, C. Freeman, Ray, and Sanbossi all did not finish. So this concludes our Tier 2 broadcast from Bahrain. Fantastic race. We will see you all for Tier 1 shortly.